Konnichiwa, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to talk about closing. Za eigyo desu. Sore de wa ikimashou. So let's get going. This is the 5th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is Chic Central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and now my new book in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 280. Wow, we're up to 280. And today we're talking about closing. Now, the word closing itself can be controversial in sales. It implies we are ending the process rather than starting the partner relationship with the buyer. In modern times, the word commitment from the buyer is often preferred. I'm okay with both, and I've chosen the word closing simply because this is what most people can easily understand about this latter stage of the sales cycle. Closing doesn't have to be something scary or any big deal. In fact, the less complicated we make it, the better. There's a big difference between closing in Japan and in the US. When I listen to American sales trainers, I find their closing techniques are very forceful and direct. Well, that just won't work here in Japan. So we need a different approach. Let's look at some non-aggressive closes which are easy for clients to accept. Number 1, direct question. We softly ask, shall we go ahead? This sounds natural after we've gone through the questioning process, the solution, presentation process, and the objection handling process. This is what the client would be expecting. And if the trust and professionalism have been built, they will be happy to proceed. We ask in a gentle, non-threatening manner, in a collegiate way, because we're trying to become their partner to help them solve their problems. Number 2, the alternate choice method. We give the buyer a choice of 2 options, and either way, if they answer in the affirmative, it signals they are buying. This is a very indirect way of asking for the order. This works well because it moves the sales conversation along and provides the buyer with different options, which doesn't feel pushy. We might ask, would you want the delivery in this month, or is next month preferable? No matter which option they choose, we know it means they are happy to move forward. Number 3, minor point method. We direct the buyer's attention to a minor decision they'll have to make which is tied to the purchase. The big decision is to buy or not, and we don't have to go there. We can slip off to the side and ask for the business in a tangential, low-friction way. For example, we can ask, will you require a hard copy of the receipt? This is a small thing, but it is only relevant if you intend to buy, and that is what we are trying to work out. Are they ready to buy, or is there some obstacle remaining which we have to clear? Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Okay, today's show is being brought to you by, on the 11th of March, our Step Up to Leadership program. That's a one-day program. On the 12th of March, we start the 12-week Dale Carnegie course. On the 17th and 18th of March, we have the High Impact Presentations training, main modules. On the 17th of March, we have Lead Change Effectively. That's a one-day program. Excuse me. And on the 25th of March, we have Negotiations, Bargaining and Agreement. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. And they're all available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Number 4, the next step method. In this method, we project past the sale and seek a decision from the buyer. This is a future decision they have to take after the purchase, which they probably haven't even thought about yet. By flagging this decision now, we are projecting into the post-purchase phase of the buying cycle. We could ask, shall we schedule the first follow-up post-installment inspection for next quarter or for the quarter after that? Again, if they're not interested in buying, then they will tell us, because this post-purchase decision is pointless if they're not actually going to buy. Number 5, the opportunity method. This is presenting the client with the opportunity to gain a benefit which has a time limit attached to it. They can only gain that benefit if they can move fast enough. This is the last little black dress clothes we often run into as consumers when we're out shopping for ourselves. This is the last tie in that pattern, so you should buy it now. Psychology. In business, we may say something like, shipping costs have gone up and they will be reflected in our pricing from the end of the following month. If you can make the purchase now, you will avoid those extra charges. Are you able to make that schedule? We are bringing some subtle pressure on the buyer to make a decision whether they will buy or not. Number 6, the weighing method. This is a visual method of helping clients to make a decision. If they are stuck and can't move, we take a sheet of paper and draw a vertical line right down the middle. On the right, we list all of the reasons to make the purchase. We help the buyer with our suggestions. On the left, we let them list up all the reasons not to make the decision. We leave it to them to come up with the reasons. At the end of the exercise, the list on the right is much more substantial than the one on the left, so we say, seems obvious which is the best decision, don't you think? And we lead them to agree to buy from us. Some people think we shouldn't just support the positives of the decision and then we should help with the negatives as well in order to be perceived as objective. I get enough negativity already from buyers, so I probably wouldn't go that route, but I mention it here as it may suit your style. So here we have 6 very soft techniques for finding out if we are getting anywhere in this sales conversation or not. If we get pushback, we should welcome it. The danger is no feedback and no agreement, because mentally they have put a line through us as a supplier and they're just waiting for the meeting to end. We need to know where we stand with this purchase, and these questions will certainly get us there, and do it in a context which Japanese buyers will be happy with. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.